the official, Bill Sarr. What do you think that was all about?
I couldn't read Lenny's lips, but I'm looking at the hand mechanics, and he's saying something about it appeared like he was holding a hip or something like that, about some contact inside. And he's looking right now again at the official, Sayre. And, you know, I'm not really sure, but it appeared that he didn't like some of the contact or lack of calls inside.
Sikma and Brains are playing at the same forward spots, with Donaldson still in the middle. Fred Brown, no, off the heel, tipped once, and I think that time Danny Brains fouled the Bird. Is that what happened, or they just call?
That's 2 fouls on Brains as he was coming over Larry's back.
Well, since the first unit's gone out of there, the wheels have fallen off momentarily. See what can happen, though. It's still only 40-40, but the Sonics had an 11-point lead. Parrish undecided, to say the least. And then Jack lets Maxwell get by, and he still gets Donaldson.
Watch Cedric get the ball right back. He has 3 offensive fouls now, or offensive rebounds, and he takes it right back up, and the foul's called on Donaldson, his first.
Maxwell at the line for 2.
The Celtic team, since Cedric entered the game with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, has certainly turned things around.
Not a bad shooter from the line, 72%, and he gets both of them here, 42-40. Celtics up by their biggest lead of the night. They match at 2 points.
All 5 of the Celtics, whenever they're out on the court, they have no players that can't run.
Bad pass, Sikma looking for Brains to cut, and instead a Bird stepped in the way. Sonics playing terribly the last 4 or 5 minutes. Bird off the heel forces a shot. Now Hanslick Brown, they got a 4-on-1 against Archibald. There's Brains, missed it. Donaldson off the glass goes in with it.
That's good hustle by James. I'll tell you, Lenny's hot right now at Rogan, because Rogan missed an illegal defense call the last time down the court. And he's just letting him know that you better call that.
Archibald, as Brown overplays him into Donaldson. Here's the long one by Carr. Bird went up for the rebound, got dropped right on his behind. That had to bang him up a little bit. He went clear down from waist high. And they force a turnover. Hanslick is down, takes a dive on the floor. I'll tell you something, I really feel this parquet floor, checkerboard floor, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that time,
I don't know, there's a lot of...
that time Bill knew that he was tripped, and he got up looking very, very disgustedly at Tiny Archibald.
It's like the footing is just not what it's meant to be. Donaldson took it to the floor, and they took it away from him. Maxwell. Fred Brown ticks it. Bird gets it. Larry not red hot. Tie score at 42. The first quarter was much better than this one. Fred Brown. They let him go to the bucket. 7:36 to go. 44-42.
Both teams now are getting loose a little bit, and they're trying to do things now that they didn't early, as they were a little bit more conservative. And sometimes you're going to have mistakes when you're doing those things.
Only 10-6. The Celtics have outscored the Sonics in this quarter, and we've played, what, 5 minutes? So we're certainly not seeing what we saw in the first quarter. Gerald Henderson into the game. Rick Roby into the game, as Parrish and Archibald go to the bench. Sonics stay with Donaldson, Sikma, Brains, Hanslick, and Fred Brown.
Seattle certainly can look now to exploit the matchup of Roby versus Sikma, as I don't think Rick is going to be able to stay with Sikma wherever he plays, outside or inside.
Roby leaned all over him, no call. Jack's going to go up and hit it.
They tried a couple of times to look inside, but Boston was double teaming Jack, and Lenny again was up hollering illegal defense.
Jack's got 6. Donaldson had it but lost it out of bounds. James had a piece of it, couldn't hang on to it, and Larry Bird will bring it in. 46-42. Boston by 4. Remember, tomorrow night from Philadelphia, same time, same station. I've been saying that all my life. Carr fakes Donaldson up in the air, and James got on top of him. Well, there's more bodies flying all over this place tonight than I've seen in a long time.
See, both teams can put very, very big people in the game and come off the bench with big people, and here's just 2 of them, M.L. Carr and James Donaldson. Look at that pose there. James say, hey, don't come in the house anymore.
Carr 6'6", 210 out of Guilford some 6 years ago. No relation I know of to Austin.
None.
No. 46-43, 3-point Sonic lead. First point of the night for M.L. Carr. Shoots 70% from the line. They get a 2-point game, 46-44. There's Bill Fitch. Red Auerbach is still the general manager here, as you know. Lonnie, the jack. 4 seconds on the clock, another bad pass. Henderson stepped right in the middle of it. Gerald Henderson out of Virginia Commonwealth. Graduated there, I think, 77. He wears the Celtic high top shoes. Carr misses it, and Hanslick brings it the other way. The crowd a little unhappy with the shot selection for the Celtics, and the Eastern crowds are prone to tell when they don't like something. Well, he was wide open, and he just missed the shot as Boston rotated the ball well to find the open man, who that time was M.L. Carr. Carr at half court has Hanslick ahead of him. He'll come out and let Henderson make a play. Probably go to Roby. Yeah, that was Roby. Roby was up over a couple of Sonics as they failed to block him out, and he had a clear path to the hoop. All tied at 46. Gus Williams down in front of the bench, ready to come back in. Lenny trying to talk to his club, but I think Hanslick got fouled on the way to the bucket. Foul is on M.L. Carr. See, Bill Hanslick certainly beginning to flourish now as an offensive player. Takes the ball, goes one-on-one right to the hoop, and draws a foul. Again, we see Jack exploiting that mismatch with Roby, who will have some difficulty wherever Jack gets the ball, as he has his 4th point on Rick in the last minute. Well, basket's going to count. McHale went up, and Hanslick was there, and Billy smacked into him on the way up, and Bill was open watching the basket that it wouldn't fall in, but it does. That ties it, and McHale can give the Celtics a 1-point lead at the line. McHale made a very good move after making the pass to Roby at the high post, just ducked down inside and then sealed off on Lonnie Shelton. And then Billy came over to help and drew the foul, his first. Here's a guy that you had to suffer through for a lot of years, BYU and Utah. They still play twice a year? Oh, yeah. Home and away? Yeah, I'll tell you, he's tough. And when Ford and Archibald finally retire, Danny Ainge is going to be a great guard for the Celtics. Hanslick underneath. Up. There's one that Billy shouldn't have missed, and he knows it. He's mad at the basket. He jumps up and hits it. But he'll go to the foul line, but he wanted the bucket to go with it. Personal foul called against Cedric Maxwell, his first. Only the 2nd team foul of the Celtics, while the Sonics have committed 5. We still have 4:44 to go in the 2nd quarter. You see the good position there that Seattle got for Bill inside after running some nice exchanging. Hanslick ties it up at 49, can give the Sonic a 1-point lead. Billy averaging just about 8 rebounds and 10 points in the last 5 games. Played very, very well. 50-49, Sonics by 1. They've led by 11. Boston's been up by, I think their largest margin was 2. Batted around. Now Maxwell got it back, tipped over the lip. Could have been goaltending, but it wasn't called. Rick Roby gets his 4th point of the night. Boston, one of the top 3 teams in the league in offensive rebounding, and tonight we've seen Cedric get his hands on several, and that time it was Rick Roby. Jack back at the center spot as Lonnie hits from 16 feet. Can you guess why he made the All-Star team as a starter with 16 points? 3-on-1. See what Gus does with it. Gus trying to get cute, went back to Hanslick and gets it batted away. Here's Ainge. Danny missed it. Brains with the rebound. Gus and Lonnie work well. Oh, almost. That time it was just a perfect pass to Lonnie's. He now has 18 points. Super night. Lonnie Shelton, and of course his high for the year is 27. He's well on the way. Timeout is called, and we've still got 3:34 at Boston. SuperSonics 54, Boston Celtics 51. Don't go away. This one could go right down to the wire and maybe one of the better games of the year. Be sure and join us tonight at 11:30 for another bruising back. Channel 7.
Shooting stats for that first quarter: 58%, 17 for 19 for Seattle, and 13 for 27 or 48% for Boston. Seattle out rebounded 14-9 over Boston.
In this quarter, Seattle 7 out of 14, Boston 6 out of 19. We'll give you all the stats we get, folks, but remember tonight we're upstairs and it's tough to get them. So we'll give you everything that we can get a hold of. Great seat for the game, though. It's a great vantage point up here. We're right at your camera angle. That's where we are. Brains tried to break through and go to the bucket. They take it away from him. Does Ainge. Behind the back to Bird. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. See if Lonnie can take the cap off the crowd and get two right back. He does. Lonnie got hit in the eye, too. Ainge hit him.
I'll tell you, that's the quickest way to quiet him down. And
that's right.
Lonnie goes and gets his 20th point on just a marvelous spin move.
Help, help.
Bird, tough angle to Henderson.
Yep.
Foul called on the 9th. I think it's on Roby offense, is it not? Yes. First personal foul on Roby, and the 1-2-3 third team foul as Wally comes back in.
We saw Larry Bird trying to back in on Danny Brains, and that's the second time he's done that. He's did it to Walker, and what you do there, just spread your legs out a little bit, and at some point, you have to just say, hey, you can't go any further, because if and then the foul has to be called one way or another.
Yep. Lonnie had a contact knock loose. That's what it was when he got smacked. Gus to the bucket. No, won't go. And he smacks his hands together in disgust. And Lonnie, they worked on his eye for a second, and he finally works it all out. Foul is on Henderson, his first of the ball game. Gus will go to the line. Fourth team foul now, and Archibald will come back in probably for Henderson. Gus gets the foul shot. He's got 13. And he'll try for 14. Sonics will go up by 5. Remember, if you just joined us, they've been up by 11 once in this game already. 57, 58, 53. Sonics by 5.
Hey, Kevin.
McHale.
That's just an awful tough shot when you're 6'11", and Lonnie's 6'8", trying to guard that fadeaway from about 8 feet.
Kevin McHale out of Minnesota, second-year player. They like him here in Boston. Already one of their favorites. What did Ainge get a hold of, Bill?
Ainge was trying to hold Billy.
That's what it was. First personal foul on Danny Ainge, the rage of BYU. Played with the Toronto Blue Jays for a couple of years. Played pro baseball while he was still playing amateur college basketball, which you're allowed to do. And of course, he was signed with Toronto, and they said, no, you cannot go. And he signed an agreement, said, I will not play pro ball. Finally, he said, I'm not hitting well in the majors. I want to play pro basketball. And I think the Celtics probably gave some cash to the Toronto Blue Jays to get the rights to him.
When his batting average dropped below his weight, he said, hey, I don't think I'm going to be another Brooks Robertson.
I like to hit my weight.
Boy, I'd love to hit your weight.
I could be lifetime in the major leagues, man. I could stay there for 25 years. 60-55. Sonics by 5. 2 minutes to go in the half. Bird at the line. Nice block by Wally Walker. Gus is on the way. Archibald ahead of him. Off the glass. Gets it. Yeah, tough shot.
Tough shot for Jack, as Roby had him well guarded both to the baseline and to the middle. He just turned and hit a banker.
Yeah, we get a foul at the other end, and Gus is going to be the culprit. I understand we had some audio and video problems for a few moments, and apparently everything's back in shape. And when we find out the snow in Seattle is giving way to rain now. So
well, that's more like it.
Yeah, you don't have to shovel that rain.
I tell you what, I shoveled enough of that for a lifetime back in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, you would have. That's right. Larry Bird will go to the line for 2. Gus picks up his first personal foul of the ball game. Bird makes it 64-58 and can close it to 5 if he gets his 15th point. Don't forget, right back tomorrow night from Philadelphia. We're all going to fly down there in the morning, weather permitting.
I guess if you're going to play basketball back-to-back, you might as well play two of the best in the league, and that's Boston, certainly, and Philadelphia.
Yeah, we figured as much. Gus in backcourt. Luckily nabs it. Lonnie fall away. Jack right there, and on the floor is Larry Bird. No basket. We got an offensive foul call.
I'd love to see that again. I can't believe that he pushed Bird that hard. Let's watch right here. There's Larry in the center of your screen. And see how hard. That was his own team. He got pushed, I guess, a little bit, but
Jack caught him right in the back, pushed him away. Second foul on Jack.
Oh, boy.
There was, let's put it this way, there was more body action than it deserved from the push in the back, but Jack got caught pushing, that's all.
It got the job done.
64-59. Bird can now cut it to 3-point lead for the Sonics. Larry was 16 points in the ball game, shoots 86% from the line, averages 24 points a game, and one game this year he had 40.
When he came into the league, I don't think there was any basketball person around that thought he wouldn't do anything but what he's doing right now.
Floating Gus Williams, the star of Sports Illustrated magazine. If you haven't seen the article, grab it. He's got 18 and the Sonics lead by 5. Now 36 to go in this first half. We're going to check the news out in the Eyewitness newsroom at halftime. And you have who with you tonight, Jim?
Jack McMahon, Billy Cunningham's assistant with the 76ers.
That'll be timely. We play them tomorrow night. Gus going to hold the ball. The shot clock at 15, the quarter clock at 18. So the Sonics will work it down, hopefully get the bucket, but try not to give the Celtics a shot. Jack's going to spin and take it. No. And they've got 6 seconds. Bird racing. Charging into Bill Hansley.
No basket. Good call. Very good call.
Has to be. And Bill Fitch is hot. He's over on Barry Rogan. Look out. That's Barry right there. It was a good call, I thought. Hanslick, I watched him, and he was set. Take another look.
That's a gutsy call for the rookie official, Barry Rogan. Let's see Billy Hanslick as he and Jack Sickmer are trying to put the double team.
Yep.
Good call.
Well, back to live action, and we missed the last 6 seconds watching the replay. But the half is over now as the Sonics got it in bounds and didn't get an opportunity to get a shot off. So the end of 2 quarters, that makes it halftime. There's Bill Fitch and Casey Jones. Chris Ford, they head for the locker room. And we'll see what develops here as Bill Fitch is not too happy with the officials, but he'll be in the locker room before they get off the floor. It's halftime at the Boston Garden, and the SuperSonics are playing well. It's 66-61. Back at the Boston Garden, I'm Wayne Cody. Jim Marsh in position on the floor for an interview a little bit later in halftime. Here's the scoring for the Celtics in the first half. Robert Parrish with 12. Nate Archibald with 10. M.L. Carr got a bucket for 2. Cedric Maxwell with 6. Kevin McHale with 5. Larry Bird with 17. Chris Ford with 3. Danny Ainge got a field goal, and Rick Roby with 4. For the SuperSonics, Gus Williams with 18 and Lonnie Shelton with 20. So they get 38 of the Sonics 66. Bill Hanslick with 6. Fred Brown with 2. James Donaldson with 4. Wally Walker with 6, and Jack Sickma with 10. I want to make sure I didn't lie to you. M.L. Carr got 2 foul shots, not a field goal for his 2 points, and Danny Ainge did get a field goal for his 2. So the leading scores: 17 for Larry Bird, 20 for Shelton, 18 for Gus Williams. It's a 66-61 ball game. The Sonics on top. Let's break away from the Boston Garden and go back to our Eyewitness newsroom. We're back in the Boston Garden. A few hellos from Sonic fans in the Northwest, from Reed and Kathleen Day. Reed is attending Harvard Dental School here. Want to say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Lynn Day and family at Bellevue, and Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Sterling, the Bellevue Fire Chief. Hi, folks. Says hi, Wayne, Doug, and David Coatsworth at Harvard University. Would like to say hi to Don Meyer and all their friends in Bellevue. And to get well soon and hurry back to Mike Avges, A-V-T-G-E-S, at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center in Seattle from Nick and Chris, who are here in Boston. A little hellos to the folks at home. Sonics 66, Celtics 61. How far can the player selected first in the NBA draft go in his first year? Well, no one ever went so far so fast as the young man chosen first in the 79 NBA draft. Tonight he occupies center stage on our halftime spotlight. So sit back and enjoy a real magic show.
(1979), Commissioner O'Brien announces the NBA's first draft choice.
It is now exactly 12 noon. The draft is officially open. The first pick is the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers select Irvin Magic Johnson, Michigan State, 6'8", 200 pounds.
Magic is his name, basketball is game. And in his first NBA season, he proved he could play against the best. Number 32 went into the sixth game of the championship playoffs as the Lakers' leader. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had damaged his ankle in the fifth game. Now Magic Johnson scored 22 first-half points to keep things even as the Lakers led in the series 3-2. The second half began with the Lakers on target and with Philly coach Billy Cunningham wondering when the ball would begin to drop for the 76ers. It seemed it never would. As the Lakers could do no wrong, the 76ers could do no right. And even without Kareem, the Lakers and Magic Johnson were dominating the board. Fast breaking, moving, scoring, taking the play away from Philly right in their own backyard. Philly fans were wondering, where the 76ers defense? So was Coach Billy Cunningham as the Lakers moved out to a 72-60 lead and the 76ers faced elimination. Magic Johnson kept pulling rabbits out of his hat. There was no point in waiting for tomorrow. When this one, there would be no tomorrow for the 76ers. The Lakers could be the best in basketball, but it wasn't quite over yet. Not with the doctor around. Julius Erving led an amazing Philly surge. Now they were unstoppable, and they might have a tomorrow after all. They got within 2 at 103-101. What a ball game. Paul Westhead reminded the Lakers that Kareem wouldn't pull this one out for them. This was the one they had to win all by themselves. Jamal Wilkes, on his way to a 37-point night, helped the Lakers surge once again. Then Magic went back to his hat on his way to a 42-point evening. The Lakers were back in command. They knew it. Their fans knew it. The nation knew it. It was all over. The 79-80 season belonged to L.A. This was the Lakers' year. Dr. J had been brilliant. He hadn't failed, simply lost. Magic Johnson, the first draft choice at the season's start, was the MVP at season's end. What a pair of bookends to a brilliant year, and what a year it was for the NBA.
Right now, you can subscribe.
Taking a look at some of the stats of the first half, the Sonics hit 27 out of 48 for 56%. Oh, could they stay that good? Celtics were 22 out of 53 for 41%. Celtics from the line, perfect, 16 for 16. The Sonics, 12 out of 13. So that means the two clubs together hit 28 out of 29 shots. Not bad. All right, second half underway. Sonics leading by 5. Original starting lineup for the Sonics. Gus hits, opens the second half beautifully. 20 points for Gus Williams. Tomorrow night, remember, same time, same station, 6:30 on Channel 7. From Philadelphia, the Spectrum. Hope you'll join us. The de-dockened Philadelphia 76ers. Jumper no good by 0-0. Jack outlet to Gus. Cuts the court in half. Wally looked over Bird, didn't take it. Lonnie never saw the ball coming. Lucky that Gus was there to get it back. Lonnie will take 16-footer. He missed it. Jack, little 2-footer. He missed it. And Robert Parrish gives it to Archibald. They go the other way. Archibald right into Lonnie Shelton. Goes into a heap. Foul is going to be called against Lonnie Shelton. That'll be his second personal foul. First team foul of the quarter. Jim Marsh back already. Well, you are swift. Jim with his long legs having trouble getting in our little crow's nest seat up here tonight, but it's a great vantage point. You can see everything. You can see a lot more sometimes than the officials can up here.
With everybody there in the hallways and Boston Garden being so small down there in the catacombs, That is really tough. You almost got to fight your way through that crowd.
Well, you can go right here. You can just jump downstairs and hop on a train to anywhere you want in New England. This is right in the train station. 68-63, Wally Walker from about 19 feet away, and that's 8 points for Wally.
Wally doing a good job. 4 field goals this evening. Certainly taking some of the pressure off Lonnie, Gus, and Jack.
Archibald to Ford. He's going to take it. 2-pointer. Lead pass to Gus. He catches up with it beautifully. Breaks through traffic. What a back through traffic and gets his 22nd. 72-65.
Very heads-up play. Getting the ball out quickly off the made basket.
Well, Wally Walker says that Larry Bird fouled him, and he still looks over at Barry Rogan. And Rogan says, nope, go play basketball. 19 for Larry Bird.
That's that offensive foul that Jack was talking about at halftime, and certainly Seattle's done a pretty good job of containing the offensive rebounders of Celtics, where Larry Bird is so effective.
Give Wally Walker one great assist on that last pass that he laid inside Bill Hanslick, and give Jack, the league leader, another rebound. Wally tried the baseline, and Larry Bird touched it, and not many people in the crowd believe it.
Larry doesn't have the quickest feet around, but certainly has quick hands, and that time almost stole the ball from Wally as Wally was trying to go around. Oh, nice play.
Jack give and go to Gus along the baseline, and as you can hear, our microphone's right over the bucket. The whistle signals timeout. So Bill Fitch not all that happy about the way the Celtics have come out in the second half, and we've got now 9:18 to go, third quarter at the Boston Garden. SuperSonics 76, them Celtics 67. Sonics in the third game of a 6-game road trip. They win at Cleveland in a squeaker without Gus. They lose at Washington as the Bullets continue to improve, and now they're here at Boston trying to knock off the #1 team of the league. Boston 30-9, and they're 18-2 at home. They average 109 points a game. Sonics average 106. Boston gives up 102. Sonics give up 101. Fairly well matched. Parrish. It falls.
Not much Jack can do when Robert gets the ball that low. Jack no match for Robert in height.
Wally over Bird, and I thought it was going to go. It would not. Wally gets fouled. I think it's on Larry Bird, is it? Yeah. Foul called is against Larry Bird, his second. The Indiana State product from down at Terre Haute, Indiana, one of my favorite towns. I spent a month there one afternoon. Oops, and Wally a little short.
As good as Larry Bird is offensively, both in distributing the ball and shooting, he's not quite that good at the defensive end, and Seattle wanting to either make him defend and try to get him in foul trouble or score points, and that's why Wally's been extra active tonight going to the basket.
74 points the Sonics starting team averages. Ford just plays that spot. I'll tell you something, on offense, you can always find him over there on the point. Well, they're going to finally get the bucket out of Kevin McHale. I'll tell you, had it knocked away from him. A lot of things happened to him on the way to the basket, but he still gets 2. 76-71. Hanslick off the glass, would not go.
Tough move. He had Ford posted up inside and just turned the shot over.
Parrish over Jack, no. And Hanslick, nice rebound. Gus, a look away to Lonnie. Oh, what a pass.
That's a very nice pass. Nice little soft pass to Lonnie, led him perfectly, and Lonnie picks up his 22nd point.
Archibald behind the back. Bird inside to McHale.
See how quickly Larry gets rid of that ball? Just a flick of the wrist inside. Doesn't stay on his hands very long as he has great court vision.
Boston crowd starting to heat up a little bit. Gus going to take it. No, right back to him. Up again. No, got fouled. No, they said they ticked it. 1st and 5 on the floor. Bird is down, but he gets the bucket out to Archibald. Jack comes down, does a little hand checking on Archibald, but nothing the officials couldn't stand. Uh-oh, Parrish easy.
Well, when Jack had to guard the ball, that left Parrish free to go to the basket with only Billy Hanslick there, and it's 7-1 versus 6-7. Guess who's going to win?
Jack will take it. He missed it. Gus was there, got banged out of the play, and here come the Celtics the other way. In the corner, Ford, who just stays out there in three-point territory. They got to stop Parrish. He's got 18 and timeout. And the Boston Gardens explodes as 15,000 plus now are loving this Boston comeback. 6:47 to go, third quarter. Boston Gardens. Jim Marsh, I'm Wayne Cody. It's the Sonics, but now by only one. Bill Hanslick, Wally Walker, Lonnie Shelton, Gus Williams, Jack Sikma back out. Tomorrow at 4, tune in for a spectacular local special that's a breed apart. Until They Run. You'll enjoy this journey into the world of thoroughbred horses. At 4:30, well, you'll relive the greatest moments of football with memories of the Super Bowl. That's tomorrow, starting at 4, right here on Cairo TV, Channel 7.
Seattle needs a good offensive movement here to get a good shot.
Well, they didn't get it.
Well, Lonnie figures he got fouled, and I tell you, that he missed that so bad that he might have.
Bird inside. McHale takes a bad shot. And Bird throws it off Walker as he's falling down.
I tell you, he works as hard as Moses Malone on the offensive boards. And he comes in from below here and pushes his way back out, just barely gets his hand on it. My goodness, he's an awfully tough offensive rebounder.
Parrish in and out of Jack, banging, hanging. Jack with the rebound. Loose ball foul on the Celtics.
Fouls on McHale, his third. Jack again having excellent position, adding to his stats in rebounding.
78-77. Sonics up by 1. Now 6:02 to go. So we've still got 18 minutes to go in this contest, and it's definitely in doubt. Jack in and out. Bird comes over and Wally held it.
22.
Wally looks back at Barry Rogan, and Larry Bird comes down court with him. The officials are Bill Sarr and Barry Rogan. Wally's third personal foul, second team foul on the Sonics. Celtics also have 2 team fouls. Ford, 18-footer. Hanslick saves it in the corner. I'm sure there are certain teams in the league that hate to see other teams come to town. Here's Wally, a little 14-footer, missed that. Bird with a rebound. I can't think anybody relishes playing against Lonnie Shelton.
No, not the way he's playing this year, and especially the last month or so. He's just playing definitely all-star caliber.
Bill Hanslick, nice strip, takes it away. Can Gus get there? Behind his back.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What a pass. Gus Williams to Lonnie.
Let's see that again, Don. Here it is.
He put spin on that ball, so it went right ahead to Lonnie just perfectly.
Oh, my, oh, my. And Gus, well, Gus got the ball away from Parrish, but somebody's going to get whistled for a foul.
Jack Sikma.
It is on Jack. Could be his third.
Picks up his third, or else Gus was going the other way, coast to coast.
Sure was.
For a layup.
3,000 miles from home. Gus still playing the same way. Of course, he's only a couple hundred miles from home here, actually. Mount Vernon, New York. Sonny Archibald to Cornbread Maxwell, and the Parrish lays it in. Robert Parrish gets his 20th point of the night. Now it's 80-79. What a seesaw battle.
He can hurt you so many ways. That time on the hook, he can also.
Gus forced that one. He had the shot and just couldn't quite get the angle of the bucket. He was behind and underneath the backboard, and he had to do some body moves. Parrish, McHale gets it back. He's going to try it. Nobody came near him. They left him alone. And the Celtics lead for the first time in a long time, 81-80.
What's very important now for Seattle to meet this challenge of Boston as they finally pushed ahead. with some good basketball, both at this end and at the other, the defensive.
James Donaldson with Jack and Lonnie. That's where we need a bucket from Lonnie Shelton. He picks up his 26th of the night. Lonnie's high for the year, 27. Comes off to Hanslick. He's got Gus ahead. Gus on the Bird. 2 for Gus Williams.
As good as Larry Bird is, he's at a distinct disadvantage backpedaling and trying to guard Gus Williams. That's a good block and a good pass from Billy Hanslick.
The tornado sailed by him. Sonics back up by 3 quickly, 84-81. Lonnie comes out and stomachs Larry Bird, the only way to call that defense. Parrish with a hook shot. Nope. Hanslick doing a yeoman job under there on defense with his rebounds. Gives Lonnie the 14-footer, 2, and the Sonics, right when you said they've got to show Boston some good basketball right here, they've reeled off 6 straight points.
And Wayne, that's a sign of a team that's starting to play well. And though they're putting good streaks together the last month and a half, that there is an excellent, excellent sign for Coach Lenny Wilkins.
Parrish going to go over Donaldson. Robert Parrish with 22. Averages 16. Archibald averages 15. Maxwell 13. McHale 13. Bird 23. Those are the double-figure averages for the Celtics. Jack, great bounce pass. Hanslick missed it. He gets another try. He didn't miss that one.
I tell you, that was a great pass from Jack Sickman down low to Billy Hanslick, who got a screen from James Donaldson, and then just a super effort to come up with the ball and score. Uh-oh. Now, if he calls that...
I thought it was going to be illegal defense, too, and it would have been a bad call, but he did not call that. He called a personal foul on Jack Sickman. So Jack gets his 3rd. Is that what you thought he was going to call?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It would have been a bad call because it was still man-to-man, but it looked, when Gus faded off, it looked like they were going to whistle the illegal defense, and it would have been a bad call. Uh-oh. Bird overplayed by Lonnie's going to try it. Donaldson bats it down. James with a rejection, and the Sonics have it. 88-83, 1:55 to go, 3rd quarter.
When you block Larry Bird's shot, you got to come from away, and that's what James Donaldson did. He came from the weak side to get it.
Jack going to go up on Parrish, missed it. Hanslick right there to take it away. Robert was trying to get it in his hands, and Bill Hanslick is playing some super basketball. Jack stepped out. Jack stepped on the line, and of course, if he had been forced out, it would have been a foul on the Celtics, and that's what he's complaining about.
He wasn't forced. He just took one dribble too many to the baseline, and you can't go over that white line. Turnover.
88-83, Sonics by 5. The Bird.
Well, when they want a basket, they go to number 33, and he just no-looks an 18-foot jumper in with Lonnie Shelton right there on him.
I'll tell you, there's a fine play by Lonnie Shelton. 30th point of the night. Beautiful play. So Lonnie has a season high. We'll have to check our record book to check on his all-time high. Maybe John Barry can do that for us. The Bird, it looked like somebody nicked it. Jack knocked it out of bounds. A good call by the referee. And Carl bringing in now. Fred Brown's going to come in for probably Bill Hanslick. I've got a book in my briefcase. Archibald. Maxwell. No, Jack gets it down. The crowd didn't like it. They thought Cornbread had gotten fouled. Here's Gus, 20-footer.
Yeah. Woof. He has 28, and he and Lonnie are showing the Celtic fans why they're going to start for the West next week in New Jersey.
You're exactly right. They've got 58 points between them.
That's an offensive foul on Maxwell as he was trying to hook Jack Sickman to take advantage of the offensive position he had.
Gus will take it the other way. 92-85. Sonics by 7. 14 seconds. The clock and the quarter clock are the same. James Donaldson trying to back in. He's going to take 6-footer. Gets it! And with 3 seconds seconds to go. Archibald will have to shoot half court. Look out! No, off the heel of the bucket. So the Sonics, with a James Donaldson 6-footer, increase their lead, and some of the fans of the Boston Garden are a little bit dazzled by the way the SuperSonics from the unknown Northwestern play. With 12 minutes to go, the Sonics 94, the Celtics 85. Third game of the Sonics 6-game road trip. At the moment, Gus with 28 and Lonnie with 30. They've got 58. Hanslick with 10, Brown with 2, Donaldson 6, Walker 8, and Sickma 10. 22 for Parrish and 21 for Larry Bird. And here we go, final quarter. This should be a good one. And the Sonics have a nice 9-point lead.
They're doing just what Jack McMahon said they did in the first half. They're continuing to do that, and that is limit Boston to but one shot.
Roby on Donaldson. Henderson. Lonnie just took it out of his hands. Stayed in bounds. Whoa! Lonnie walking a tightrope. Gus comes in the corner to Fred Brown. Needs some help. It's out of bounds, but it was knocked out by Carr.
Fred Brown being pushed pretty good by a much bigger ML Carr.
Yeah.
And Fred just very fortunate to get the ball off of Carr's leg.
Fred Brown.
That's exactly what Seattle needed, was Freddie to hit that first one off the bench, and now it's an 11-point, 96-85 Seattle lead.
D.T. Brown with 11-11. The Sonics lead by 11. I like the numbers. McHale to Carr. Fred gets picked off by McHale.
Good switch by James Donaldson.
Yep. Better shoot it. 1 second. No, and Lonnie with the rebound.
Just excellent team defense that time, as Seattle switched a couple of times and did not allow ball penetration by the Boston Celtics.
Justice holds it in back of him, switches hands, shoots, and makes it. Oh, there's a, you want to take a piece of guard work and show it to somebody on a film. There's one for you.
That definitely goes in the Sonic highlight film.
My.
Lonnie's season high, or career high, is 41 points, so he has a ways to go to that, but we still have 10-20 left in this ball game.
Thanks to John Barry for looking that up.
Thank you, John.
Bill Hanslick comes back into the game. Gus will go sit down for a few minutes. Lenny doing a little personal coaching with James Donaldson. You see James on the right of the screen walking back out after talking with Lenny. Henderson at the line. Donaldson picks up his third personal. And Henderson goes to the line. Gerald Henderson out of Virginia Commonwealth. Third year in the NBA, averages just a little above 8 points a game.
Lenny making very good use of his guard combination of Brown, Hanslick, and Gus Williams. Of course, none of them in foul trouble, so he can be a little bit liberal in his substitutions for those three.
Armand Hill is not here. He's on injured reserve for a couple more games at least. And Mark Radford has not seen action. Fred Delonte, 2.
Well, he has 32, so he needs 9 to tie his career high.
Ray Tolbert will be into the game in a few minutes. Henderson, no. Jack underneath. Oh, 4 Sonics there, and they lost it. Henderson off the McHale pass, and he gets 2. Now there's a case where probably Jack's saying I got fouled. Somebody was holding my arm and I couldn't reach for the ball.
He tried to get that other hand, which was his left, up off his side, but it was being held down. You're correct, Wayne. And it's very tough to rebound with just one hand.
Especially when the other guy's using 2. Lonnie moves. Oh!
All right. I tell you, from the point he got the ball and Maxwell tried to steal it, he just showed great strength in going right by him.
Take another look at this move by Lonnie, Jim.
First of all, watch as he squares up. Well, we see the tail end of it. Watch him go up, show it, bring it down, and now spin. Roby had no chance, but the play was made when Maxwell tried to steal it, and Lonnie just about, I thought he was going to squeeze the air out of that ball, and then just blew right by him. 34 points.
Bill Fitch looks up at the clock as Henderson, McHale, Cedric Maxwell looking at you, gather around him.
I tell you, this crowd here, 15,320 for the 40th straight time, a little bit disbelieving
Well,
right now.
they're stunned by the Sonics
Oh,
playing
no.
so well. The Celtics are not playing that bad a game. They've got 89 points. They average 109. They'll probably make their average or close.
This team here, they haven't seen a team come in and limit their home squad, the fellas in the white, to but one shot, and that's what Seattle's doing right now. Just excellent defense.
Remember, Boston is 18-2 in this building this year.
But let me tell you something. With 9:08 left and the way they run, that's more than enough time.
Who would you imagine in the 15-year history of these two clubs has the victory margin? No basket!
That's a foul.
No basket!
I tell you, they're hot right now. Let's see where this foul comes as Henderson gets it inside to Rick Roby. Now watch if he clears things away. Well, I tell you, I'm not sure where that foul came.
I don't know either, but no basket call, 102-89. In the history of the clubs, Boston has won 34 times, and the Sonics 27. That's in 15 years. Bob Blackburn's done every one of those. Plus 1,000 more. Ray Tolbert in the game. Hanslick, Light, Kale to Henderson. Tolbert, right man at the right time. Outlet to Hanslick.
He checked in for Jack Sigma a moment ago, and he comes right in the game and contributes with a loose ball rebound.
Sonics with their biggest lead of 13. 15.
I know that Lonnie would like to take this feeling he has right now and bottle it forever.
Right.
Boy, I tell you.
36 points, Lonnie Shelton. Oh.
Boston right now looking very, very stodgy on offense.
And Lonnie rebounds. Look at Gus Williams off the bench. Gus is the biggest cheerleader. He's standing up. The Boston crowd's heckling him, but he's the one rooting for Lonnie more than anybody.
Well, Boston shot 40% in that third quarter, and they haven't done any better in this fourth period. Oh.
Tolbert misses. Hanslick gets it back. New shot clock. Outside the downtown Freddie
Do
Brown.
I hear boo birds in Boston?
Oh, I can imagine.
They're 18-2. What do these people want?
Well, apparently they want to beat the Sonics, which they're not doing, and we got a foul against Boston. Foul called against, is it on Henderson? Yeah. No, it went on Maxwell. Maxwell is called with it, his third. We've got a timeout. Sam Shulman is on his feet behind the Sonic bench applauding them. So is Gus Williams. Timeout on the floor. 7:30 to go, and the Sonics in command by 15. For all you Dukes fans who miss the good old boys from Hazard County, Cairo Television has rescheduled the Dukes of Hazard tomorrow night at 11:30. So don't miss the rip-roaring action on the Dukes of Hazard tomorrow night, 11:30 on Cairo TV.
While Boston was shooting 40% in that third period, Seattle was shooting 51%, 14 for 27. Also on the big edge in rebounding, 12-9. And therein lies the story how
Technical foul on the Celtics bench.
Oh, I tell you, that young man there has shown some hair this evening.
Yep, he's got rabbit ears. He heard that, but Barry Rogan says, I'm not going to take that. And he was pointing in the vicinity. I'm not going to accuse anybody, but somebody over there said...
oh, there's no question it was Bill Fitch.
No, he pointed down the line.
No, he pointed right... He pointed right to Fitch.
All right.
Because, see, there's Fitch down at the end of the court.
Kneeling down in his Jack Ramsey style. 16 points are the Sonics ahead. All they got to do now is play pretty smart basketball.
Well, they just have to continue playing like they have been playing and not get tentative.
Uh-oh. Tolbert's got it. Bird's on top. Jump ball. Tolbert and Larry Bird.
Well, the best thing you could hope for is what happened, and that's a jump ball because there's but 4 seconds left on the clock. And so if Ray were to get it, he'd have to take a hurried shot. Now there's a chance that Seattle may get it back, and there's 24 seconds now on the clock, shot clock.
Ray should be able to out-jump him. I've seen Tolbert jump.
But let me tell you something. Larry might.
Donaldson to the bucket. I thought he traveled. Didn't get it, though. Oh, he didn't get the bucket, and Maxwell the other way. The Bird. Lonnie bats it out. That'll stop it.
I tell you, if Larry would have scored a jumper there, this house would have come down, putting that block together with a 20-foot jumper off the break. Lonnie very wisely got his hands up and quickly knocked the ball out of bounds. Now the crowd's quieting down a little bit.
Maxwell. Ainge, who's in. Back to Cornbread. He sinks to the late foot hooker. 105-91. Sonics still by 14. Protect the ball, take good shots, play good defense, and they can beat the best team in the league at the moment. This well could be the NBA championship preview. No reason these two clubs couldn't be there. Tolbert. Ray does not see it fall, breaks his heart. He wants to get two here in the Garden. I think it's a tough time to play him. Foul on Maxwell.
Maxwell's fourth.
Yep, I think it's a tough time to play Ray Tolbert. I think Wally's experience is needed right here. I really do.
Well, I don't disagree with not having. Here we see Tiny in one of the rare times he misses the ball, but you've got a bunch of young kids on that bench, and with a 15-16 point lead in the Garden, it certainly seems to be a good time to get them some action.
Yeah, big game.
Oh, undeniably, but these kids have to play in the playoffs once April rolls around.
Ainge giving Fred Brown a bad time.
And as long as the veterans are doing just what Gus did there, as he picks up his 32nd point, there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to play those younger kids.
Rebound, well, 2 tries. Ainge gets the rebound again, and the Boston's getting more tries now than they have most of the night. I don't think they've ever had 3 shots at their end of the floor. Tolbert, a pushing and shoving match against Maxwell, and there's going to be a foul call.
Ray working awfully hard, and this is his first time now in the Garden.
Yep.
And he's excited too, and he's trying to deny the ball inside to Maxwell.
And what's funny, Rogan only saw Tolbert's part of it. Maxwell was giving him 4 at the same time. Ainge all alone in a miss-up. 107-93. Sonics still by 14. 5:38 to go.
Wasn't so much a mix-up as Fred Brown went over to guard and helped double on Larry Bird, and that left Danny Ainge, the man that they'd rather have shoot the ball, as opposed to Larry Bird.
Just thought he had the bucket. Here's the pass. Nope. Foul underneath as 0-0. Robert Parrish went for the bucket. Jack picks up his 4th personal foul.
The last couple of times down the floor, as we see Jack here not wanting to give up a sure 2 and his 4th foul. Seattle has not been as fluid offensively. They have stood around a little bit, or they're standing around a little bit, and they haven't got the best of shots.
Robert Parrish has not scored in this quarter, and still hasn't. Misses both ends of the free throw.
Ends up to be a very wise foul.
Yep. He had a sure 2, and he sent him to the line, and he gets nothing out of it. 5 minutes flat to go. Sonics in control by 14. Jack brought it down and started dribbling it, and they take it away from him. Now they got a 4-on-1 against Brown. He missed it. Ainge gets it. Well, Fred Brown and Tiny Archibald laughing at each other as Fred said, "What are you doing? You're blocking me from even stepping out to throw the ball." They say, "Hey, we got to get back in this thing." They're back at the Garden, and Lonnie Shelton is tonight's People's Bank Sonic Player of the Game. In Lonnie Shelton's name, the Bremerton branch of People's Bank is donating 100 tickets to the Sonics game with the San Diego Clippers in the Kingdome March 7th, to the Hope Street Group Home, the Washington Veterans Home, and the Kitsap Community Action, and also to Salvation Army. Congratulations to Lonnie Shelton and to all the fine Bremerton area organizations.
Fred Brown does a nice job of stopping that Boston Celtics streak. He knocks in about an 18-footer.
Fred with 7. Donaldson to Gus. He and Fred will work this one. At the last moment, Fred Brown goes to Gus. Those two playing partners. Gus now with 34, and the Sonics lead it 111-95, and the crowd starting to exit the Boston Garden. 4 minutes left. This be the worst beating the Celtics have taken at home this year. Bird.
You couple that with the win in Los Angeles, and now ask me, is this team a good team?
Boy, oh boy. They beat the Lakers by 20. They come right into Boston, and I'll tell you, they've warmed up the Garden inside. Sigma. Parrish went up, got fouled. Jack will go to the line for 2.
Larry Bird doesn't like that call. Throws the ball over to the bench, to the Boston Celtic bench. The see Robert Parrish just barely get up off the ground, and that's the time Jack puts it to the floor. There's a foul, Larry Bird.
Just came right in and got Jack on the wrist. Third personal on Bird. It won't matter. 3:40 to go. Jack can make it a 16-point Sonic lead. Well, Jack can make it a 15-point Sonic lead.
He's been shooting 85% from the free throw line, so you wouldn't expect him to miss that one or this one.
Sunday, there's one. Sunday, the Seattle SuperSonics have the day off for the Super Bowl, but the Celtics have to come here and play Portland. Remember, tomorrow night, 6:30, we'll be at Philadelphia as Danny Ainge hits a couple, 112-99.
The young rookie has 8 points, and he's certainly showing tonight why Boston took a gamble and picked him in that second round when nobody else thought he would quit baseball.
Fred Brown light, Donaldson back to Brown. Fred will slow it down. Since we're in the home of Red Auerbach, I'm going to light up my victory.
Oh, no, not yet.
Yep, I'm doing it already. 3:05 to go. I'll light up my victory carrot. Well, I don't smoke cigars and I can't eat anything, so all I can have is a victory carrot.
I tell you, there you see an excellent indication that James Donaldson has come very, very far as a passer.
Believe it or not, his first of the ball game, banging elbows under the bucket, and he's only got his first foul. Team fouls do not allow the Sonics to shoot as yet, so at 2:56, the Garden is emptying. Convenient to have a train station right in the same building, because there's no parking. Fred Brown. Well, they tried to go up, and they caught him on the arm. I suspect Maxwell. Is that who everybody else suspects?
From that timeout, Wayne, a moment ago, taken by Lenny, Seattle's come back to run some very good offense to get a couple of easy hoops, and then also through the efforts of James Donaldson and Fred Brown have come back with some offensive rebounds to get a couple of opportunities when the shot has been missed. So it certainly was a timeout that indeed set Seattle back on the road to what apparently is going to be a Sonic victory here tonight.
Apparently 2:37 to go, and they're up by 14. I'll take apparently. Larry Bird, that was his fourth personal foul, but the way Lonnie has 37. Bird gets two. 113-101.
Well, Boston certainly can't afford to just trade baskets with Seattle, because my mathematics says they're going to come up short no matter how long we play tonight.
Well, Donaldson in a sandwich went up for the high pass, and they say he touched it last. So Boston will bring it the other way, and Lenny not happy because the Sonics gave that one away. Donaldson out, Wally in, so Jackson moves back over to play center. Lonnie takes it right away from Archibald, and Ainge is just going to grab Gus from behind and spare him the basket, but get the number one of the Sonics at the foul line. Take another look.
Lonnie did a nice job defensively of taking that ball away from Archibald, and here you see the result of an excellent pass, and there's the foul on Ainge, his second of the evening.
Another interesting point, let me ask you. I would think here, where you want to stop them from scoring and move the ball, you might put Hanslick in place of Fred Brown, but Brown is playing with Gus.
Well, then you look at perhaps the minutes, because this Seattle team has to go into Philadelphia tomorrow and play the 76ers. And Lenny hasn't gone to the bench much this second half, with the exception of Donaldson, who played very well, and very briefly, Ray Tolbert. And here again, Seattle gets an offensive rebound and a new 24-second clock, and now 1:55 and running. It's definitely over. How's that carrot?
A victory carrot screen. Jack Sikma to Wally. We've asked for the man we named player of the game with a Sonic victory, Lonnie Shelton. We'll see if we can get Lonnie on the floor after the game. Archibald goes driving in and gets fouled. And Sikma's going to pick up 13-102. Sonics by 11, 1:39 to go. So the SuperSonics, who had 8 straight for the, fourth time, I think, in their franchise history. They did it twice in one year. I think it was the championship year. They lose at Washington. Now they're starting a new win streak tonight with this one at Boston. Gus puts a little icing on the cake for his 36th point of the night. Lonnie has, what, 37? Wow.
Right there, Larry Bird, very uncharacteristic of him. Gives the ball right back off of what we call a thigh dribble to the opponent.
Mark Radford will come in. He'll get to play in the Garden. Danny Brains will come back in. 57 seconds to go, and the place is just emptying out. And the Sonics throw it away. It's like Charles Bradley's going to get a couple of minutes of action. The rookie out of Wyoming. You've seen him play before. There's Bradley.
Very, very tough, strong guard. Not a great shooter.
I saw one of your games last year. Utah played at Wyoming. That was a regional game. I watched that.
Rugged game.
Yeah.
Wyoming got lucky.
Got lucky? Is that what happened every time you lost?
Exactly. Time just ran out. We didn't lose.
All right. Who do you like the Super Bowl Sunday?
San Francisco.
So do I.
The city by the bay.
Want my score?
24-14.
27-17 San Francisco.
Well, just add a field goal apiece. All right, 27-17.
What do I know?
That's what Seattle's trying to find out.
That's right. I picked all 4 of the quarterfinal games and picked both of the semifinal games wrong.
Bill Fitch is out of here. He's gone. G-O-N-E.
Yep.
Goodbye, Mr. Fitch. He got a second.
Barry Rogan says, you're in the locker room, Mr. Fitch. I'm not going to take any more out of you.
That rookie official has earned his captain's bars tonight in the Garden.
Yep.
And now he wants to say something more, but nobody wants to listen. Showing the frustration.
There goes Bill up the aisle of the locker room. He's gone. So now a kid wants him to sign an autograph. I'd be afraid what he might write. Yeah, it's probably Barry Rogan's kid, right? Cranes and Tolbert will finish it out. The only man not Seattle. There it is. I figured I'd just let the Horn have it to their victory. And now, of course, they come here and pounce on the Boston Celtics, and they wrap it up easy. The final, the SuperSonics 118, the Boston Celtics 106.